All right, what is happening, everybody? Welcome to the final pre-show before the pre-show of No Sleep Week 2021. We are Team Games and Graps. My name is Sonny G, and I'm here as always with Finn Steele.
Hello.
And Steve.
Hello.
And guys, what a week we've had. This is our busiest week probably ever, bar none.
Yeah, fourth live stream of the week. My fourth day of staying up super late and very tired.
Yeah. Guys, it's been so much fun though. You know, I think we've had. I mean, this is the best week we've had as a podcast. I think.
Yeah, easily.
You know, to continue what has been probably the best year we've had as a podcast as well so far, and it's been really great. We've had great fun, like interacting with everybody who's come to the streams, and we've had an absolute blast. Not only this year, but this week. For WrestleMania, NXT, all the rest of it, it's been so good. And guys, we can't thank you enough. Whether you're seeing us or hearing us for the very first time because of us being on Powered 4, or whether you are fans of the podcast and have been for as long as whatever. We thank you for being a part of our WrestleMania week, No Sleep Week 2021, and we look forward to doing it again. But of course, what we're here to do is talk about WrestleMania Night 2. Night 1 was dicey, man. Almost didn't even happen.
Oh man!
Like, God hates wrestling. Like, no, he would not have WrestleMania this year.
He's getting his revenge for Backlash.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
from when Vince beat him.
Yeah, I mean, God gave his all, but at the end of the day, Vince McMahon always wins.
Yep. Always.
But yeah, you know what? It was dicey. You got Michael Cole and Samoa Joe there in ponchos, just pissing it down, and you're like, "This is not going to happen." It's
it really looked touch and go, didn't it? And do you know what?
Oh, big time!
Once again, when WWE are pushed into a corner, they somehow managed to pull it off. Those impromptu promos that they had to cut to fill the time. Michael Cole did a superb job in sort of filling the time as well and doing what he had to do.
Yeah,
he is when he's not being fed lines. He's superb, isn't he, Michael Cole? He's a really good broadcaster.
Yeah. Well, Michael Cole is a consummate professional. I mean, he does great work as a commentator also, because you remember the first United Kingdom Championship tournament.
He was so good. It was like a different person.
Yeah, he was. He was like a completely different person. But it's just great to see that these guys really had to deliver on the fly last night through no fault of their own. Natural stuff happened, rain, natural causes, and they did deliver. And then when the show did eventually start, I thought it was really good. Rambo's in the comments already. So, what do you think of the show overall? And I thought it was great. I really did. I thought it was really, really good. I mean, there was a lot of energy there because, it was the first wrestling show the first WWE show in front of a proper crowd in, a long, long time, in over a year. Was it 1 year, 1 week, and 1 day or something like that?
1 year, 1 month, 1 day.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's. Yeah, so there's a lot of emotion there, a lot of energy there, and everybody delivered, I think.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, it was great to see, and it gave me a real good feeling about everything going forward. That we are heading back to some degree of normality, and it was just a really great show to watch. The only misstep for me was the women's tag team turmoil match. Just didn't click. But you know what? They went out there and they did their job, and it served its purpose leading into a match tonight. So I don't want to. Sorry, Finn.
Just felt like rushed. Is all. It's like a quick grab there, do your thing, get your spots in, then get it over with.
Yeah.
So given a bit more time, they could have had. They could have all got their stuff in and have an actual match. But as it was, we just like. Go.
Yeah. And I think that was the main thing. Let's get out there. Let's make sure we get this show done. I mean, thankfully, the weather's looking a lot more promising for tonight's show. I've looked at the forecast for Tampa because, we have to stay up and watch it. So, you do have, a vested interest in it,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was great. Really, really enjoyable.
Yep.
Excellent.
Before we start sort of going through the card and whatnot for tonight, let's just go to the comments. Brett Thomas was here early doors. He was here before we even started. Saying Logan, obviously about Logan Paul, big fan of Logan Paul. And he said he can't wait for tonight. Logan Paul is there, and he's a big fan of him. And he said, "Would you like me to ask a question from Games and Graps to Jeff from London's Burning? I've got questions for him." There we go.
Yeah.
Just tell him we said hi and that we are aware of him and we appreciate him going in and putting out all those fires.
Don't you want to find out whether you're related to him, Sonny?
Who?
Jeff from London's Burning.
Why, is his same surname as me?
He has, yeah.
Oh.
He is no relation of mine, but if you want to do that family tree,
I see a similarity.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I could. I mean, I definitely can't put out fires. I mean, I'm a pussy. I'm not even here to sugarcoat it. I can't put out fires. I'm not a hero. That's why I sit here talking. It's easier. Carnage Pain in the comments. What's happening, Carnage? Watched WWE for the first time since '99. A lot has changed. It most certainly has. Certainly has. Squinny's here. Well, hey, what up, bromies? What up, Squinny? Powered Force says amazing work, guys. Thank you very much. What else we got here? Mark Lloyd says, evening. I'm actually off tomorrow, so I'm going to watch it tonight live. Brett is happy Logan is on tonight.
Yep.
And Squinny has noticed a little sign behind you, Steve, that says the pre-show before the pre-show, WrestleMania Night 2.
Yep.
Nice.
Thought I'd change it up for a bit, see if anyone noticed.
And they have.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The observational skills of Squinny there on point.
That is very good. Very good.
Guys, let us know if you enjoyed WrestleMania Night 1 in the comments. But again, we have loved interacting with you guys during this week. It's been real fun for us. It really has.
Yeah, it's been good.
Thank you.
Right, let's jump straight into it. WrestleMania Night 2, 1 o'clock start. Hopefully, we'll start on time and finish at a respectable time because we need it. Although it is no sleep week 2021, we need sleep.
Yeah, we need a lot of it. Just a few hours at least.
Yeah, just a few more hours is what we need. So, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Logan Paul not on that picture, but of course he is in the middle of this match. What capacity he's going to play in the match, I don't know. But these two, no strangers to each other. They've had great matches, across various companies, across the world for, probably the better part of 20 years. So this potentially should be absolutely remarkable, really.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. I just, they're going to start with them fast punches. We know that's going to happen. But they know each other so well. We can really, have a great match here. Finn, what do you think?
It's just straight, from the indies, wrestling together from the indies all the way up, to NXT to WWE main roster to BTA pay-per-views, and now at the very top, WrestleMania, having the match together. It's the best of the best. They put the work in, and now they finally made it to the top, and it's good to see. And I can't wait to see them wrestle. They've had some of the best matches in NXT history. And hopefully they get to deliver again tonight.
Yeah, and I think they will. Absolutely, I think they will 100% deliver tonight. Steve, what are you thinking?
It should be really good. I think this is kind of similar to the Cesaro Rollins thing. You just know it's going to be an epic match. You just know it's going to be great. Owens cut one of the impromptu promos last night that when they were trying to fill time at the start of WrestleMania, where he said, "Look, we've known each other nearly 20 years, and they've traveled all around the world and wrestled and everything." And exactly what Finn said there, to go from kind of doing indie shows and being told, if what Kevin Owens was saying is true, that they were being told that they'd never make it, they'd never make the big time, and then, it must be an incredible. It'll be an incredible feeling for both of them to have a match against each other at WrestleMania. That 19 years in the making. That must be an incredible feeling, or it will be an incredible feeling for both of them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to be. I've really loved Sami Zayn. I think he's been an amazing character recently. I love this whole documentary stuff that he's got going on. His dancing is incredible.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
He put something on Twitter yesterday. It might have been it was definitely Twitter. It was basically that video of him dancing to that WrestleMania song that the WWF Superstars released, and he was like, "This goes surprisingly well," and it does. It works so well. It's good.
That's awesome.
Who wins?
It's Owens, I think.
I think Kevin Owens, and I think Logan Paul costs Sammy the match.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I think the same. Logan Paul obviously is going to get involved in some way. Otherwise, why are they paying him money to be there? Yeah. But I think Kevin Owens is going to win as well. But it's one that I am really looking forward to, just because we know the kind of caliber match that we're going to get. Much like you said, Steve. Like Cesaro and Seth Rollins. You know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that was a great match.
Just what it says on the tin. Yes, it was a great match. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it was a really good match. Let's check out the comments here. Right. Brett says, if Logan Paul later this year beats the best boxer in the world, Floyd, do you think Logan versus Roman could happen next year, WWE Universal Championship?
No,
Brett, you tell us, mate. You seem to know. You're the man in the know.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you were going on about Logan Paul way before we were taking it any sort of serious.
Yeah.
Then Logan Paul all of a sudden turns up in WWE. If Bronco Brock turns up in WWE, like we said yesterday, we're going to have to talk, because
you got information going on.
You've got
a time traveler,
insider knowledge. Definitely a time traveler. Yeah,
gotta be.
Yeah, he's got his wrestling betting almanac from Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yeah.
And he's there, but he probably had money on Logan Paul going to WWE, so Brett's loaded right now.
Yeah.
Finn, did you win the lottery?
I haven't received any sort of email message or anything, so I assume not. I haven't actually looked.
Is that how it works now? You don't have to tune into BBC One? The lottery ball numbers for this week are 14, 44, 63, so on and so forth.
Yeah, it said if you win now, email me.
You do just get an email. Yeah, if you do it online, obviously.
The machine we used was Guinevere. Yeah,
set of balls number 12.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about that?
I know. Yeah, I don't really understand who gives a shit. Excuse me, I want to recount, because I'm not convinced that the set of balls that you used were right. I demand a redraw.
Imagine if you had a favorite machine or a favorite set of balls, and you got them both. Oh God, I hope it's Guinevere and set of balls number 12, and it comes out, and you get there's a Hardy Boys pop in your you're like, yes, we're going.
You win a
Guinevere,
tenner.
Set of balls number 12, and I won a tenner.
Yeah. Everyone always seemed to win a tenner.
Yeah, I only ever won. The most I ever won was a tenner.
Finn hasn't even won that. I can tell by the look on his face. He's looking now whether he's won the lottery.
Yeah,
with the email, there are a right bunch of cock teasers there. When you get the email, it says, "There is news about your ticket," and you go, "Oh, could this be it? Am I about to have my notice in at work? You've won £2.70 on the Euro Millions."
Yeah.
You've got 20p profit. Thank you very much.
I'll do it for the Euros as well next week. So there's still a chance.
There's definitely still a chance. Not wrestling related, but Mark has asked, taking a page out of Brett's random comment playbook here, what soap actors have you ever met? I don't think I've met any.
Ooh, I don't know. I've not met any soap actors.
I met Danny John Jules from Red Dwarf at that memorabilia fair we went to that time, Steve, in Birmingham.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did see, yeah.
Met Jeremy Beadle.
You met Jeremy Beadle, yeah.
Yeah, so so I met Jerry. Also, I'm assuming the '90s TV guys that come here for that content will know who Jeremy Beadle is. So we we're on a night out and we were going to this one of the local bars, and for some reason I'm not even sure why, I put my hand in my pocket, took it out again, and a load of change fell on the floor. Now there I am, like scooping change up off the floor, and then it's like this tiny little hand is like just like appears out of nowhere and starts like scooping 10p up off the floor, and I look up and it's Jeremy Beadle. He's helping me scoop his change up. Now he can't fit many coins in his hand, but
3p.
Yeah, but he's helping. He's got a few 5p's in there probably because that's all he can fit. But yeah, Jeremy Beadle helped me pick change up.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I met someone from Big Brother once, like one of the early series when it was really popular. There was a girl from Leicester in it, and I saw her. I saw her at Leicester train station, and I went up to her. I said, "Are you such and such from Big Brother?" She went, "Yeah, I am." I said, "Oh, cool." Nice.
Is that it? Is that the interaction?
I just had a little chat. Sure. No, she said to me, she goes, "You haven't applied, have you? You're not looking for advice." I went, no, I'm not going on it. She went, "Oh, thank God for that." She says, "Everyone I spoke to today just wants advice on what to do if you get in and stuff." I went, no, I'm not doing that. And I was like, "Oh, well, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye." That was it.
Right, yeah. Good.
Yeah, lovely girl.
Cool, good stuff. I can't remember her name, but she was lovely. That's good.
No. Okay. It was a long time ago now. It's about 18 years ago. So
Mike's here. What's happening, Mike? I met Fizz
Mike.
out of Corrie at a cash machine in Leeds once.
Get in.
No.
I used to see Kirk from Corrie at Old Trafford a lot. He used to get to park right near the ground, the bastard. We used to have to park, out of the ground on some wasteland, and then Kirk from Coronation Street's there, just getting out and walking straight into the concourse. I mean, fair play, but come on.
Someone from Hollyoaks used to, or whether he still does, I don't know, used to live in Burbage not so long ago. Used to see him at Morrison's quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh.
Which one? I mean, Jacob, I'm asking you this like I would know.
Yeah, you don't watch Hollyoaks, do you? So
I haven't watched it in a long time, no.
Yeah. His name was Dr. Savage, but because he was posh, he liked it to be called Savage. Bit like Mrs. Bouquet.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
That's a great TV show. Keeping Up Appearances was so good. We talked about this recently, haven't we? When we were playing Sea of Thieves. Yeah. And we were talking about Keeping Up Appearances.
Yeah, great show. So yeah, there was a guy from Hollyoaks who lived in Burbage for a little bit. I don't know whether he still does.
Finn, you ever met anyone famous?
Not that I know of.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've met plenty of famous people.
Nobody famous has come into the shop that you work?
Apart from me.
No. Well, Stevie, obviously.
It goes without saying.
Not that I know of. And then again, I probably wouldn't even know if they did. I don't really follow us on the TV these days.
Finn, you need to go outside.
Why?
Or watch TV or something.
Why watch TV when you got video games and wrestling?
Well, there is that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. See?
You're essentially Vince McMahon, aren't you, Finn?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Right. Matt Riddle is defending his recently won United States Championship against Sheamus, who clearly is making a cameo in Snatch in that picture. I like Riddle. I don't want him to lose.
No, I like Riddle too.
But if he was to lose, I don't really have an issue with Sheamus winning.
No, I agree with you. It's one of those, isn't it? You wouldn't mind either way. Like we've said with Riddle, it's whether you like the silly stuff backstage or not is one thing. They've not taken that comedy nonsense into the ring, and he's still the great performer that he is in ring. So that's good. That's good. And again, this should be a really, really good match. Contrasting styles, but again, Sheamus can go with anyone, really, can't he? He's
especially recently. He's definitely sort of stepped his game up recently as well. He's been really good.
Yeah.
The matches he had with Drew and stuff, they were just awesome.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I don't like WWE bouncing the titles around. It annoys me so much. Like, especially like with the main roster. Like, you know, I was watching NXT UK the other day, and Kaylee Ray has had that belt for, you know, longer than anyone.
About 7 years.
In history, like in terms of women's championships in WWE, she holds the record. And Walter has, you know, held the United Kingdom Championship longer than anybody in, you know, recent history in terms of heavyweight championships. So, you know, why is there this obsession on the main roster to keep bouncing titles around? Thankfully, last night they didn't do it and Bobby Lashley retained. And I'm so happy about that. It's great. You know, everyone was expecting Drew to win, myself included, but I'm glad they didn't do that. But they do have a tendency to just bounce the titles around. I mean, look at when Sasha and Charlotte were trading women's championships every single week on Raw. It was just so stupid. I just don't. They lose their, you know, their prestige when they're bounced around so much. Like, they're meaningless. Just another match for a belt that won't even keep your trousers up.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I would have liked. I mean, obviously, they didn't know how long this pandemic was going to go on for this time last year. You know, people were like, "Oh, we'll be out of this by June." Good joke.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, but at the time, you know, when Drew won the belt last year, I'd have loved to have seen him carry it through to the Rumble, even through to last night. I think that would have been great. There was no real need to take it off him. You could have still built Bobby Lashley up, you know, over these last few months, and maybe he won it last night. Okay, it's all hypothetical and stuff, but you're absolutely right about the titles bouncing around on the main roster. I mean, had Drew won last night, he would have been a 3-time champion, and that would have happened in the space of 12 months. And that it just feels a tad excessive, especially when you've got the polar opposite, like you say, with Kaylee Ray and Walter, who have had the titles for a combined 700 years. So it's, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Look, it was something that was quite heavily joked about in the latter days of WCW, how much the belt changed. You know, so why did WWE do it? Because it was a running joke, wasn't it, back then with them? And then, you know, WWE's not much better nowadays.
It's where they're trying to make those big moments, those talking points. It's like, this new champion, you know, put it up on the website or on YouTube, new champion, blah, 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 to get those clicks and those views. The problem is, if they keep doing it, it's going to get less and less effective each time.
I agree. Yeah. Totally agree. I mean, it's like, I mean, I do fear for Reigns tonight. I don't want him to lose. I don't want him to lose the championship. It's been so, all right, he doesn't wrestle every week, but the character that he's portraying doesn't need to. So, you know, he walks around carrying that belt and he looks like the champion. He looks like he should be the world heavyweight champion. I know he's the universal champion, but you know what I mean? He is the heavyweight champion for SmackDown. And, you know, that needs to continue. But, you know, if you put it on Edge, you almost know he's going to lose it in the next 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Maybe even as SummerSlam or something. You know it's happening.
I've said on the pod, haven't I, that I hope Reigns has this belt for ages. And I mean, in literally into next year.
Yeah, same.
To start next year. But I think you're right. We're jumping ahead a bit on kind of, you know, talking about tonight's card. But I do fear that, you know, Reigns will lose the belt tonight. And again, it's another run that, whilst it's been great, it's over.
Too soon.
Yeah, over too soon,
It's like, so really want about Brock, but at least his, you know, reign lasted a good long while. He may not win it every week, but, you know, when he made the appearance, when he had a match, it felt, you know, special.
Important,
Exactly,
important,
Even when he kept the belt, even though it was frustrating because he was never there, it still felt important. It still felt like he was the champion and he wasn't going to let anybody take it. And that's what a lot of the time main roster WWE misses. I think NXT UK is the only brand that actually handles the championships properly. So who's going to win? Finn?
I think Riddle will win. I hope Riddle will win because he's only had it for a little while. I like Riddle a lot. I like Sheamus a lot, but I think Riddle deserves it. Sheamus has been champion a few times already. I think it's, you know, I want to see these new stars get their time with the title. And,
me too.
I'd say Riddle.
Me too. Okay, Steve?
Yeah, Riddle for me.
Yeah, I think Sheamus is going to win. I've just got a feeling. I don't know why. He's had a lot of momentum recently. He's had a lot of hard-hitting matches, and you know, I don't know. It's just such a WWE thing to do, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting one, but and I hope Riddle wins. But I do think Sheamus is going to win. Let's just head into the comments here before we move on to the next match. Brett's still going on about Jeff from London's Burning. My question to Jeff, when I see him, is why did they lay you off from the show? When did you do basic job? Then I'll ask if you can do a picture next to the bus and sign my bag. I'll do it when I get on the bus. Yeah. That's a lot of information to take in. Mark says, Brett, if you ask him that, make sure you have bought the ticket on the bus first. Yeah, because you don't want to get kicked off. You don't want to get turfed off the bus. And Carney says, agreed, Mark, make sure the bus ticket is paid for. There's been so much random chatter in this. This London's Burning thing started on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like during the NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Night 1 pre-show. Craziness.
Yeah.
Kano's here. What's happening? Says, you guys, what culture games? Question mark.
Yes.
Finn says yes, so he obviously knows what that means, whereas I don't.
I know that. I think, what culture is the website? You know, like where
yeah.
I think they've got a gaming channel now. So
they've got a gaming channel, wrestling channel. Yeah, they do little. They go off and do little bits, don't they?
So they've copied us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Brett Thomas says, "Are you lot watching live tonight, or have you got work tomorrow?" No, we're nerds. We book it off.
Yeah, of course. Huge nerds.
I've not got work tomorrow. Whether I watch all of it live is another question because I'm old and tired.
I'm tempted to stay up like into the next day and just go to bed like 7 like in the evening.
No, Finn, you will fuck up. You will
animal.
Finn, you will fuck up your sleep pattern, and do you know
what's done? Do you know what's done you, Finn? Is knowing that there's 2 nights of WrestleMania, staying up to watch SmackDown like a maniac.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, that is crazy behavior.
Rookie error for a bloody weekly TV show.
Yeah, I just had to see that Andre the Giant Battle Royale. It's so important. The Mojo Body won that. It's important trophy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like how Roman came down. He was like, "Yeah, we got that, gold sitting at ringside." Like, dude, it's plastic.
Yeah, it's plastic. Yeah.
Almost the gold color. Almost
yellowish. Yeah,
it's like yellow. Yeah, they got that yellow trophy of Andre the Giant. Right, we don't have a picture for this one, so we'll just jump straight into it. Natalya and Shayna. No, that's wrong. Nia and Shayna defending against Natalya and Tamina. That's obviously for the women's tag team championships. Natalya and Tamina won the really bad turmoil match last night at WrestleMania Night 1. We'll skip over this quickly. Finn, who's going to win?
I think Natalya and Tamina. I think it's time for a change. They've had the titles for 700 years now, or it's felt like it. I think it's time for a change. I think Nia and Shayna will have a feud for a while, have a few matches, and then hopefully Shayna will get to be, have matches that mean things, like actual matches that that matter. Maybe go after the championship.
Yeah, they have had it for a long time, and although we go back to that conversation we had a minute ago, bouncing belts around, it doesn't feel like they've actually done much with them. Like they just walked around 3 or 4 times on each episode of Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
They show up on every single episode of everything, and
they have more singles matches than tag matches.
Yeah. It's just I'm sick of seeing them now. Just break them up, have them do their own thing.
Yeah, they're a bit of a put together tag team. Well, they are a put together tag team. There's no two ways about it. Yeah. And they've just been bang average as champions, but they have stuck as a tag team, which is the most surprising thing for the most part.
Yeah.
Chris stayed up for SmackDown 2. He's a maniac. Slept for 4 hours last night. Maniac, and he's staying up tonight. Maniac. Yeah, # no sleep week 2021.
I only had 4 hours last night.
To be fair, I went to bed straight after WrestleMania, woke up at midday, but I don't have children or responsibilities while I'm not at work, so good times.
Happy
Steve,
days.
who's going to win this?
Don't care. No,
Cool.
Natalia and Tamina. The boob ladies will win this one.
The Boob Ladies. That should be their tag team name.
The boob ladies. Yeah, the Moonbugs look strong. I think they're going to win it.
Yeah, they have. No, they have to. In all seriousness, yeah, they have been made to look strong. And yeah, just take the belts off Nia and Shayna and let them have a little feud for a little bit that no one will care about, and then we move on.
We absolutely do move on. Right, okay. I think Natalia and Tamina will win as well, but I think that's more of a want than anything else, just for something different. And I would like to actually see Tamina and Natalia, make the most of being the tag team champions, actually defend them, go to, saying that we don't need to go to NXT anymore because they've got their own, but
the thing, isn't it?
Flip between Raw and SmackDown and actually defend these tag team championships that they've got. And hopefully that will happen.
Yeah.
Squinny says some funny posts on WWE boobs. Apparently, I'm not doing it. Chris says, to be fair, almost all women's teams are just thrown together. Yeah, well, there is that as well. Yeah. It's so pointless. It annoys me so much with the Riot Squad. Like, why they're even a tag team? Because they teased Liv coming back and all that sort of stuff. She came back, new music, all that sort of stuff, and then they just put the Riot Squad back together, and it just felt so desperately pointless. Speaking of pointless, Brett has asked a comment, so what do you think of the WrestleMania hosts? Also, very pointless. They came out, got rained on, said some words, looked very uncomfortable, and then went away again. So, I've always been a big fan of Hulk Hogan. I was a bit, that's the era that I grew up in. Hogan was, the big superstar when I was a kid. He was the champion. He was the face of WWF then. But, I like Titus as well. And it's fine. It is what it is. I don't think WrestleMania needs hosts, personally, but...
Took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's completely pointless, but, it is what it is.
There you go. That's our opinion on that.
Yeah.
This next one, I'm actually really looking forward to. Big E is taking on Apollo Crews. Of course, Big E defending the Intercontinental Championship. And this one, I am really looking forward to. I've enjoyed this feud. I know that we've questioned the change in character for Apollo, more not so much the change in character, but more specifically the change in accent. But all that aside, this should be pretty good. So, Finigi, what do you think of this?
It's a big good match. Not sure what was the match thing called? Something about the drums.
Nigerian
drum match. I'm not sure what it is, but
yeah,
I think it's basically a no DQ match. I think.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I think it'll be interesting. Both, I'm happy to see Apollo, in the prominent role. Finally, he deserves it. Hell of an athlete. And yeah, Big E's great. He's always been entertaining. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be a great match. Not sure about the gimmick, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be good.
It's not the gimmick I had an issue with, really. It's the change in voice. I've got no problem with him representing his his heritage and all that kind of thing. That's fine, do that. But the change in accent and the fact that it was like sudden, you know what I mean, like a click of a finger change. That's what's stupid. But that's again, that's WWE, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Steve, let's go to you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It should be really, really good. They'll just beat the shit out of each other, won't they, for a while? And I think Apollo will win. And again, going back on what we said earlier, I hope he keeps it for a while. I hope he has it for a good few months and defends it at every pay-per-view. Not just it doesn't get relegated to pre-shows and stuff like that. Defend it every, it's the Intercontinental title at the end of the day. It's a big deal. So yeah, I think Apollo wins, and I want him to have the belt for ages because he's been awesome. If Apollo doesn't win tonight, I don't know where that really leaves him because that'll have been the fourth attempt at trying to win it. And if he doesn't win it, then what next, really, for him?
Yeah, it is a little strange. It must be said.
Yeah.
If he doesn't win it, it almost seems pointless. The whole thing is pointless. I would like to see Apollo win it, and he is my prediction for the winner. Yeah, I'm going to go with Apollo. Finn?
Yeah.
I'll go with Apollo, and then I'm hoping Big E moves on to perhaps towards the main event scene.
Yes.
He's got so much potential in him. I can definitely see him being a big, star.
Maybe take it off heel edge. We'll get to that in a bit.
Maybe.
Possibly. I had a look the other day at some early odds for next year's Royal Rumble, and I'm tempted to put a bit of money on Big E.
Oh, okay.
But then I thought he'd win this year's, and it didn't happen. So there we go. Yeah. But yeah,
Steve, you going for Apollo as well?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Apollo. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Apollo all round, which means Big E's definitely going to win.
Yeah, he's going to retain.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's have a look here. So let's just go back to the comments. Rambo77.619, still a great name, says, just watched the Jericho and Austin podcast. Jericho was very open about Tony Khan and AEW. Yeah, I watched it before we went live here tonight, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very good, very open, very honest, and it's great that wall has been sort of taken down a little bit.
Broke the wall down.
See what you did there.
Right, we've kicked Finn out for that really awful joke.
Or not, stay gone. I'll put myself back. I'll be resurrected.
Sorry, Finn, not sorry. But yeah, it was good. Definitely worth a watch. Highly recommend it. 2 hours, 7 minutes long it is. So I would definitely go give it a watch when you've got a minute. I know there's a lot of wrestling and stuff to catch up on and watch at the moment. So Squiddy says maybe the host will break down and have an impromptu match. No. And if they do, I hope Titus wins.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a Hogan mark.
Do we see Chris Jericho tonight?
No.
No.
Finn, you got more chance of seeing me at WrestleMania.
I don't think the door's that far open.
Yeah, probably not. Wishful thinking.
It's just open as.
It'd be cool though.
Yeah, it's a window that's open. Like when you need a bit of air. Yeah, that's it. It's on vent. Brett with another outlandish comment. Okay, so what about WrestleMania 38? Logan Paul is the host. Does a live segment like Piper's Pit called Logan's Universe, then headlines and beats Roman wearing boxing attire. I could tell you for free now that won't happen. And I think Stone Cold will host next year's WrestleMania if they really insist on having a host.
You can't doubt Brett though, Sonny. He's all knowing.
Well, they advertised next year's Mania, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
During last night's show, and it was Austin that was talking about it because it's in Texas. So
Undertaker's going into the Hall of Fame next year?
Probably.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. I mean, it makes perfect sense. It's in Texas. Yeah, Undertaker's from Texas.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course. Just makes complete and total sense. So that means it's not happening.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Right. Guys, we do have a Discord server if you want to come and join that. So we do chat in there frequently. Well, every day, actually. Join some of the guys like Chris and Squinny. I'm not sure if there's a way to get the Discord link in the chat. Finn, do you think you can sort that out for people if they wanted to do it?
Yep.
Cool. Finn's going to provide you with the Discord chat link now. If you fancy joining the server, we're there all the time. And we're happy to chat with people. Oh, loads of comments. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Look, everyone's posted it, so that's good. Also, Logan Paul isn't going to beat Floyd Mayweather.
Not a fucking chance. Not a chance.
There we go. And on that note, let's go to a quick break and take a look at what you can expect from the Games and Grass podcast. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Games and Grass podcast. Sonny G here with Finn Steele and Steve. it's just so accessible. You know what I mean? Like, Tony Hawk has always been just one of them games you can pick up and play. You're either great at it or you're bang average at it. So this is for the Sonny and Finn Championship.
It is. This one.
His name, his name. Oh shit.
But when you do pull a trick off, it looks and it feels so good. Snapped on Retribution. Is that? I mean, are we seeing the beginning of the end of Retribution? I hope so.
A weird ending to the Big E and Apollo match. Not really sure what happened there. Some people saying it's a bit of a botched ending.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's fine having them coming in and wrecking the ring and like acting like idiots, but it just looks stupid because it's not believable. Yeah, we're looking like the Bee Gees with our beards and hair because we're not allowed to get haircuts. We could shave, but we just choose not to.
It's very unimpressive when I do it like that, but yeah.
It's the other one that's really impressive for other reasons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just one big Popeye arm. Good evening, Finn.
Good evening.
Finn!
I made it, kind of. Hello.
Are you wearing a dressing gown?
Yeah. I couldn't bother to get changed, so I just
What?
put it down.
He thinks he's Ric Flair. Look at him.
We're finally real podcasters, not just like part-timers.
Exactly.
He called the best podcast episode ever. If only we had a soundbite for that.
Oh.
Right, we're back. Yeah, so let's have a look here. What we no, we can't, I'm afraid. Mark says he met Nigel from EastEnders. Oh god, that was ages ago now. Nigel, jeez.
Jesus. Go on, Nigel.
Go on, Nigel. Oh, big Nigel. Even Rambo says never heard of him.
It's going back a few years.
Same. It's been a while.
A hell of a lot of years, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Right, next up for WrestleMania Night 2, The Fiend in his weird-looking new Swamp Thing left in the oven too long type form is taking on the Viper Randy Orton in what I hope is the last match of this goddamn feud.
Here's hoping.
Yes, please. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully, yeah.
I think
Why are
we'll
you
win.
wearing sunglasses?
I wouldn't mention sunglasses. I mean, no.
Finn's lost his mind.
Yeah, no sleep week has really cancelled Finn out.
Yeah, we're raining this whole time. We've not noticed.
Sure.
No.
Weird.
Right, The Fiend versus Randy Orton. Man, this feels like it's been going on forever.
Yeah, it really does. It's well, I mean, it goes back even further, doesn't it? It goes back to the Bray Wyatt days, doesn't it? And yeah, so it does feel like the world's longest wrestling feud, and it needs to end tonight.
Oh god, it really has to end tonight. You know what? Some of the stuff has been good, some of the stuff has been stupid, but you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know how it ends. That's what I'm struggling with.
No. I guess that's what makes it intriguing. You know, how does this end? Is there going to be some sort of, I don't know, reveal, or is there going to be some sort of spooky finish, or what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Because it's going to be, they can't do anything cinematic now because we've got a crowd, so it can't be anything overly overly produced or anything. It's got to be real, as live and all that. So who knows? God knows with this.
I mean, obviously the solution to this is when they had their last WrestleMania match was when they had all the weird stuff in the middle of the ring. Like on the ring mat where they had that stuff like projected onto the ring.
Maggots, yeah. So stupid.
Yeah, like maggots and stuff like that, wasn't it? It was so weird.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Yeah, it was a bit much.
It was really dumb.
Yeah. Do we see John Cena make a return or some sort? Potentially during this match? Oh.
Wow.
You're so boring.
Brett's just put a prediction in there that I've seen a few people mention this about Cena being there in some way, shape, or form. Because he's been trapped in the Firefly Funhouse for a year. I don't think he'll be there personally, but
Will.
who
You
knows?
gotta believe, man. Brett says it. It's got to be true.
Well, there is that.
That's true. There is that. Yeah, but then you said that Trish and Mickey James were going to win the tag turmoil match. So
Wishful thinking.
it would have made it better.
It would.
Definitely, yeah. It definitely would have made it better. But that's the thing. I can't call this one. I really can't. I mean, I feel like The Fiend needs to win.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, I think The Fiend will win. Yeah, I think he needs to win.
Some kind of shenanigans. John Cena will come in AA to Randy Orton. That'll be it.
AA to Randy Orton.
Yeah, it'd be like a zombie John Cena, possessed by the Fiend.
To be fair, a lot of the stuff that's gone on during this feud has been utterly ridiculous. So it wouldn't even slightly surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, like what part does Alexa play tonight as well? So yeah, it'll be. Oh my bloody! 1 minute.
The Alexa's gone off. Alexa.
Alexa, stop.
Oh man, gotta love modern technology issues.
Yeah, fucking piece of shit. Brilliant.
Squiddy says, I'm wondering if we'll see 2021 Hall of Famer RVD. You will on the stage when they do the 2021 Hall of Fame.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, I think the Fiend will win as well.
Yeah, I quite like. I kind of like his new mask. I keep going back and forth on it. It's kind of cool having him like a melted form as mask. I hope he gets his old one back. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, see, I'm like that. I really like the original idea of the Fiend.
Yeah.
Like wearing the proper clothes and the scary mask. Don't get me wrong, I understand why they've done what they've done for this one, but I don't know. I prefer the other Fiend, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, same.
Have they announced what's going on first or anything tonight, like they did for night one?
I haven't seen anything, but then I'm trying to stay away from social media, so I'm not likely to see it.
Yeah,
Steve trying to stay away from the toxicity that is social media. Next up,
yeah, it's fucking bullshit, isn't it? Anyway,
next up, we've got Asuka defending the Raw Women's Championship against the Nightmare Rhea Ripley, who has just come up from NXT, and this is one that I'm really looking forward to, and it's one that I said that really should happen because who else could possibly take it from Asuka?
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Apart from Charlotte, yeah.
Yeah, I'm super happy to see Rhea Ripley, in the women's, main spot. She definitely deserves it, especially after last year.
Yeah, I think. I mean, much like we thought with Drew last night, although it didn't happen, this could be Rhea Ripley's sort of moment to get her moment in front of a crowd.
Yeah, hope so.
It'd be such bullshit if she loses 2 WrestleManias in a row.
Yeah.
She'll be heading for Sasha's wonderful record of 6-0 or 0-6 as it would be.
Yeah,
6. Yeah.
Love it. The anti-taker.
Yeah. I mean, I the build hasn't been great. Rhea is great. WWE did their typical thing of, can they coexist in a tag team and blah, blah, blah. Which is, there's something that they always do, which is so annoying. But
they've done SmackDown, Raw, and NXT recently.
Yeah, it's like, come on, guys. Seriously with this?
Yeah.
I would like to see, I think Rhea will win.
Yeah. I think not. I love Asuka as champ. But I'd be okay with Asuka retaining it, but I think it needs to be Rhea's time. If he doesn't win it now, it's when does she win it?
The thing is, with Asuka's title reign, it's been quite unremarkable recently. She's almost been sort of an afterthought, especially when Charlotte came back. And yeah, I mean, ever since Charlotte came back, they made them, go for the tag team titles and all that sort of stuff. It just felt like an afterthought.
Yeah.
And I don't like the women's champion being treated like an afterthought. I want, I think like Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley is the future of the women's division.
Yep. Same.
And for that reason, I think she does win tonight.
I agree.
Yeah. Steve, you thinking Rhea as well?
Yeah, I think Rhea Ripley will win. I think it's a bit of a payoff for last year, and it was her and Bianca Belair. They were the final two in the Royal Rumble, weren't they, as well? So, I think it'll be Rhea Ripley that wins, and not that Oscar or Sasha have, not that they've had their time or they've been around for too long, but I think it'd be quite cool. Going back to what kind of Finn said earlier about like with Riddle and Sheamus, it would be good to have some of the newer guys carrying some of the belts. Even going back to the IC title, Apollo having a belt and taking that on, it'd be great. If your two women's champions across your two brands are Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, that'd be fantastic.
It is time to.
Not that Oscar and Sasha are past it and need to be moving on or anything. It's just a case of, okay, well, we've seen this now, haven't we, for the last 3 or 4 years? Give it to two other people, and I imagine
see what the new stars can do.
Yeah, and I imagine that there'll be a few over the next year to 18 months. There'll be a few of the women's wrestlers going from NXT to the main roster, because that women's division is absolutely stacked on NXT, and there needs to be some room made. So yeah, I it's good, and you've always got your Sasha Banks and Charlotte's, Oscars, Becky when she's back, Bailey. They're always there to fall back on should you need, a champ in between or whatever. So. Ronda Rousey's obviously rumoured to be coming back as well. So yeah, the women's division's looking good, and I hope that they pull the trigger and give Rhea Ripley the belt.
Me too. I think it's time to let the new stars shine. Take the company forward. I mean, this has been a very different WrestleMania in terms of the matches. No Triple H this year, no Undertaker. We've got your celebrity appearances in Bad Bunny, who, by the way, did an excellent job, and
awesome.
Logan Paul, who it's fine, but it's been a very different WrestleMania this year. So I'm sort of hoping it's one that does set the tone for the future. I just want to allude to this comment here from Rambo. Did anyone see the trailer for Vladimir Superfan Looks Sick? Now, yes, I have seen it, and it's something that I'm really looking forward to. Now, this guy was on the front row of every WWF pay-per-view in the 90s. Kano says there, does look decent. Vlad was on all my VHS tapes, #1 fan. He got an award last night, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool that he's been acknowledged after all this time. I mean, that guy, honestly, you could not flick on 90s WWF without seeing Vlad in a vest in the front row going absolutely nuts when the show started. I'm pumped for him. I really am. I'm looking forward to seeing that documentary. I think it's going to be really interesting.
Cool. Yeah, it would be. We commented last night, didn't we? Because green T-shirt guy was in the front row.
Yeah.
We were like, how do these guys? And I don't know whether the Ghoul was there with his mom.
He was there.
Was it?
Yeah. Was.
Yeah. Wow. But so, how do these guys get the tickets? And as much as we kind of go, oh god, there they are again. You know what? Props to these guys. They fucking love the product, don't they? And they go everywhere for it. And yeah. Who knows? In 20 years' time, we might be talking about there might be a green T-shirt guy documentary.
Yeah, I mean the way these guys get the tickets is they obviously know somebody in WWE. It's the same. It's the same way that I've had front row tickets to NXT UK and main roster house shows just because I knew somebody who worked for the ticketing company and or WWE. So, these things are obtainable. And these guys now have become a staple of WWE programming, whether people like it or not. Another comment before we move on to the main event from Brett. In case I don't make the end of the show, thank you for talking to me and making me feel welcome. You guys are nice and you've done a good job. Thank you, Brett. I really appreciate that.
Nice one, Brett.
Cheers, Brett. Really appreciate that, mate. I hope you enjoy WrestleMania, and I hope Logan Paul does everything that you would like him to do. To answer a previous question, yes, I do think, yes, of course, he will have entrance music. That was a question that Brett asked earlier on. So moving on then. So the main event is a triple threat match for the WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns, the head of the table, defending against Daniel Bryan and a very young-looking Edge on that picture.
Yeah.
Considering he gets older by the week.
Because considering he just get older by the week, which I still think is bullshit rumor, but well, saying that someone's gone and edited and put Edge's face on from 2001 or something,
probably
on this picture.
But
yeah,
that face happens, but made him younger.
Yeah.
So this is the match that I really do fear for Reigns' title reign here, because I don't feel like I want it to end. I feel like he needs the main roster needs a dominant champion. I'm hoping Lashley's going to be that for Raw, but SmackDown needs it as well. They need to stop bouncing the world title around. Just keep it on Reigns. Look, I know they probably want to send the fans home with a feel-good moment for Edge, but Edge is going into this as a heel.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, the only way to then go home happy but the base win is to have Daniel Bryan win, which I don't think is going to happen. I think Daniel Bryan is there to take the fall, so like Roman and Edge can continue the feud. It's like, you didn't beat me, you beat Daniel Bryan, etc. So I'm not really sure. I want Roman to keep it for now, but I don't know.
I would definitely mark out if Edge did win, because I've always been a big Edge fan, but I want Roman to keep it, like I wanted Lashley to keep it last night.
Yeah.
It's a really hard one to call. I mean, did you see the three promos on SmackDown from all three guys in the match were great.
Yeah, really.
So good. Yeah. And so they've all done really great work in the build up to this match, like promoting it and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to the match, but I just can't call it.
No, definitely. I just don't think it's my one prediction.
What's that? Sorry, Ken?
I don't think it'll be Daniel Bryan, which is my only prediction. It'll either be Edge or Roman. I think Bryan's just there to take the fall.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So Daniel Bryan's definitely winning then.
Probably. Now I've said that, yeah.
Yeah, it is a difficult one. I don't know. I really can't call it. I want Roman Reigns to win, but I think Edge is going to win. Because I think the fans are going to cheer Edge regardless here, because it's Edge.
Yeah, it's a feel-good story. Retired, came back. No one thought he would ever come back. And he beat the odds, and now he's there as champion, and that's the feel-good moment I think they're going for. So I think Edge put it smart answer.
I think Reigns will take it back off him.
Yeah.
If Big E,
we were talking about.
I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, I mentioned obviously, maybe a face Big E could take it off a heel Edge, but then you saying about Big E winning the Royal Rumble would make absolute perfect sense.
Yeah.
For him then to go to WrestleMania main event next year. Carnage says Roman. I would like to see Roman win. I really would. But if that's the main event and they want to end with a bang, I think we see a title change like last night.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So for that reason and that reason alone, I'm going to say Edge.
There's part like it is so hard to call, isn't it? I'd love to see Reigns carry on. It'd be amazing if Edge won it. But I also feel that if they want that feel good, go home, end the night, feel good factor for the fans, then it lends itself to be Daniel Bryan. So I really don't know.
Does Roman retain? They're all standing in the ring victorious. Brock Lesnar comes back.
Oh God. No, I don't think so. I don't want to. Don't want it anyway. I don't want to win
So
it.
that again, who wins?
Reigns.
Reigns wins.
We're all standing in the ring celebrating. He's unbeatable and all that sort of stuff. Then Brock Lesnar comes back.
Maybe. I mean, they've not pulled the trigger on any sort of. In terms of people coming back and people maybe appearing, it doesn't seem to happen a lot these days. I mean, obviously we've had a year of no fans, so maybe that's why they haven't done it. I mean, I fully expected to see Becky Lynch last night, and it didn't happen. So maybe we see Bronco Brock. Who knows?
I definitely see Brock coming back at some point. I mean, it makes sense with Paul Heyman being with Roman for Brock to then go and wrestle Roman on SmackDown for the like wrestle him at a pay-per-view, but be on SmackDown in some sort of Universal title feud with Roman.
Yeah,
even if it's just like a warning shot. I mean, if WWE threw all the money at Brock, he would obviously appear.
Yeah, for sure.
And I haven't got a problem with Brock being there. He's a spectacle. He is an event in himself.
When his music hits, when we had crowds regular and there was, it was Raw and SmackDown was across different parts of America, pre-pandemic. When Brock's music hit, the pop was always there. Always. There was never he wasn't booed, or there was it wasn't a case of there was no pop. It always got a big pop. So he's still an attraction. He's still a draw. So I don't know. It's interesting. I'm going to. I have a feeling I'm going to be very wrong, but I'm going to go Daniel Bryan.
Oh wow,
Finn.
Chris Jericho returns, enters himself into the main event, wins. Universal Champion, Chris Jericho.
And that's Finn's last input for the night. Talking absolute shit.
Hey. Whoops.
There's no way there's no way Jericho's coming back. So,
I'm joking, obviously.
Of course.
Edge.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Night 1 was great. It looks, like I said earlier on, looks like the weather is good for night 2, thankfully.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I'm very much looking forward to WrestleMania night 2, and I'm also looking forward to a good night's sleep next week.
It's hoping.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe Brett is right. Bronco Brock comes out on that horse. If Bronco Brock comes out on a horse, you will never see this podcast again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll retire.
I will
Brett.
quit. I will quit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll quit. We'll quit completely. It might even just be Finn doing it on his own if he doesn't want to quit with us.
Yeah.
We'll go off and do our 90s TV show podcast instead.
Yeah. Yeah. There seems to be a lot of call for that for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So I mean that's WrestleMania night 2. It's been a week. It really has. It's been a good week of wrestling. Yeah. It's NXT was great. All of it's been NXT was great. NXT UK was great. Night 1 of WrestleMania was great, and I'm sure night 2 of WrestleMania is going to be great as well. I do expect surprises in some capacity, but I just don't know what.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah, Chris Jericho. I mean, I would. I thought we were going to kick him back out then. I guess the way you've got to think about it, I know that they're advertising it as 2 nights, but tonight is what would historically be WrestleMania, isn't it? The Sunday.
Yeah.
So maybe, as great as last night was, despite the rain delay and all of that, and Bianca Belair getting her moment, which was fantastic. I think it feels like tonight, it's night 2, it's the Sunday. That's the big one, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And the bigger matches are on this card, I feel. The ones that have had like a bigger build, like the Fiend and Randy Orton, and obviously the main event, is Roman Reigns. So, I think tonight is probably the bigger night, and I am expecting some sort of surprise. Definitely not Chris Jericho. But I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to top off a really good week of wrestling. I'm definitely not staying up for Raw after Mania, and you're definitely not getting a pre-show for it.
No. Sorry, guys. Totally disappointed.
No, I'm not going to watch wrestling now until SummerSlam. I'm done.
Yeah, fair enough. But guys, in all seriousness, thank you very much for joining us this week. For the 4 pre-shows that we've done. And if you've watched the WrestleMania Eliminator podcast that we did, we hope you enjoyed that as well. Our regular podcast will be back next week, next weekend. It remains to be seen whether we get around to recording a WrestleMania week recap one this week at some point. If we do, then expect that as well. And we'll just surprise you with it.
Yeah.
But go follow us on social media at Games and Graps. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go follow us on YouTube, which is youtube.com/GamesGraps. And of course, go check out Powered 4 TV. They've been good enough to host us over the last few days. Steve needs to go to bed. I'm Sonny.
Fucking
and I've been
tired.
with Finn, Steele, and Steve.
Woo!
And we are Team Games and Graps, and we'll see you. We'll see you on the flip side. Take it easy, guys. Goodbye.
Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
See you later, guys. Thank you very much.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to a brand... Wrong one.